McLaren has developed a secret weapon that could change Formula One forever. An innovative mini DRS and radical front suspension could give Norris and Piastri the ultimate advantage in 2025. But is it really legal? Will Red Bull and Ferrari be able to respond in time? Today we're going to analyze everything in detail. Do you think McLaren will dominate the 2025 season, or will Red Bull find a way to fight back? For over a decade, the DRS system has been one of the most important tools in Formula One, allowing for reduced aerodynamic drag and increased top speed on selected straights. However, McLaren has taken this idea a step further with an innovation that could redefine the sport's aerodynamic strategies: the mini DRS. Unlike conventional DRS, which is only activated in specific areas of the track when a driver is within 1 second of the car in front, this new concept developed by McLaren appears to allow aerodynamic adjustments to different areas of the car and at key strategic moments during a lap. The first hints about mini DRS emerged during initial testing of the MCL39, where the Woking-based team used a camouflage livery to hide key details of its aerodynamics. This level of secrecy has led to speculation about exactly how the system works and what advantages it could offer in the fight for the championship. According to expert sources, mini DRS would not be limited to the opening of the rear wing, but could incorporate small movable elements in other parts of the car to optimize downforce in real time. This technology would allow McLaren to achieve a better balance between cornering stability and straight-line speed, largely eliminating the compromise that teams traditionally have to make between these two aspects. A key point of this development is its integration with the overall design of the car. Modern aerodynamics in Formula One is based on a highly optimized airflow concept, and any change in drag can affect performance across the entire lap. If McLaren has found a legal way to manipulate aerodynamics without compromising the regulations, it could represent a radical change in the way teams develop their cars. From a technical perspective, the implementation of mini DRS could be the result of an innovative floor and suspension design. Rather than relying exclusively on a visible mechanical system, McLaren could have integrated small tweaks to the car's geometry that can generate effects similar to traditional DRS without requiring manual activation by the driver. Alternatively, McLaren has optimized airflow through the wheels and side pods, using aerodynamic ducts that adjust based on the speed and downforce generated at different parts of the track. This would explain why the team has kept the details of its design secret and why engineers have been so cautious in revealing information about the MCL39. The most surprising thing about this system is that, if confirmed legal, it could force other teams to develop similar solutions to remain competitive. Ferrari and Red Bull have already expressed concern that this innovation could give McLaren an unfair advantage, which could lead to a review of the technical regulations by the FIA. The impact of mini DRS on the 2025 season will depend on several factors. First, the consistency of the system across different circuits will be key to determining whether it truly offers a significant advantage in the race. Second, the response from rivals and potential FIA intervention could change the competitive landscape before McLaren can take full advantage of its innovation. If this development proves as effective as early assessments suggest, McLaren may have found the key to staying on top following its 2024 Constructors' Championship success. With an aggressive focus on aerodynamics and a commitment to technological risk, the Woking-based team has made it clear it is willing to challenge established norms to return to the glory of its peak years in Formula One. The front suspension design of a Formula One car is one of the most crucial elements for the car's overall performance. It not only determines how the car responds during cornering and braking, but also plays a pivotal role in aerodynamic efficiency and the management of airflow to other parts of the vehicle. For the 2025 season, McLaren has introduced a radical reconfiguration of the steering arm layout on its new MCL39, a change that could make a significant difference to its on-track performance. In the configuration used in 2024, McLaren positioned the steering arm at the rear of the front suspension assembly, aligning it to work in conjunction with the lower wishbone. This arrangement allowed for efficient management of the airflow passing over the front of the car before being directed to the side pods and floor of the car. However, for the 2025 season, the team has opted for a completely different solution, moving the steering arm to the front of the assembly and redesigning it to cross under the lower wishbone. This change is not simply a mechanical modification, but represents a complete rethinking of the team's aerodynamic philosophy. By repositioning this component, McLaren engineers have altered the behavior of airflow across the front of the car, with the aim of reducing drag and improving stability in high-speed corners. At the same time, this configuration allows for more efficient interaction with the floor design and the air channels that direct the flow towards the rear of the car. One of the most obvious benefits of this reconfiguration is the possibility of improving air intake to the side pods, optimizing the cooling of internal components and reducing turbulence in the midsection of the car. Furthermore, this change could be strategically linked to the mini DRS system, as better airflow control at the front would allow for a more efficient transition of downforce across different sections of the track. The redesigned steering arm also directly impacts the car's dynamics. A more efficient suspension can improve stability under hard braking and allow for better response in low-speed corners, two key aspects for racing on street circuits like Monaco or Singapore. Furthermore, this modification could contribute to reduced tire wear, allowing McLaren to better manage the compounds during long races and high-temperature conditions. Another important implication of this change is its potential impact on the driver's driving experience. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri will have to adapt to the car's new handling, as a suspension modification can alter how the car responds to steering inputs and weight transfer in different race conditions. The driver's ability to fully exploit these innovations will be critical for McLaren to capitalize on its technical advancements on the track. McLaren's commitment to this radical solution also indicates a shift in the team's mindset. While in previous years they focused on progressive evolutions of their design, in 2025 they have decided to adopt a more aggressive approach, taking risks that could give them an advantage over their competitors. This level of innovation is similar to what dominant teams like Red Bull have implemented in recent seasons, showing that McLaren is willing to challenge established conventions to fight for the championship. Despite the potential benefits of this reconfiguration, there are questions about how it will affect the car's performance on different circuits. While this new suspension could provide advantages on fast tracks with high-speed corners, its impact on circuits with aggressive braking zones and tighter sections remains to be determined. Rival teams like Ferrari and Mercedes will be closely watching this innovation to assess whether it represents a genuine advantage or presents limitations that could be exploited in competition. McLaren has shown it isn't afraid to experiment with bold solutions to improve its performance. The combination of this front suspension reconfiguration with its innovative mini DRS system suggests the team has taken a comprehensive approach to optimizing the MCL39's aerodynamic efficiency. If these innovations work as expected, they could be key to McLaren maintaining its grid lead and continuing to challenge the strongest teams in Formula One. The 2025 Formula One season is about to begin, and McLaren has captured the paddock's attention with a series of technical innovations that could redefine the grid hierarchy. After winning the Constructors' Championship in 2024, the British team hasn't opted for a conservative evolution of its car, but has decided to take a bold leap with revolutionary concepts such as the mini DRS and a radical reconfiguration of its front suspension. Pre-season testing has raised more questions than answers. On the one hand, simulations and times recorded in Bahrain indicate that McLaren may have taken a step forward in terms of pure performance. On the other hand, Formula One is a sport where the true test comes when the cars compete in real-world racing conditions, with tire wear, temperature changes, and strategies that can alter the outcome of each Grand Prix. One of the key factors in determining the success of the MCL39 will be its ability to adapt to the different circuits on the calendar. Today's Formula One requires versatile cars, capable of performing well on high-speed tracks like Monza, but also on tight and technical circuits like Monaco or Singapore. McLaren has opted for an innovative aerodynamic package that, in theory, should allow it to find the optimal balance between downforce and top speed, but the real test will come when faced with variable conditions and the natural evolution of the championship. In addition to the technical unknowns, McLaren's performance will depend largely on its driver's ability to fully exploit the car's potential. Lando Norris enters his 7th season in Formula One with more confidence than ever, having been Max Verstappen's main rival in 2024. His maturity as a driver and his ability to handle pressure will be crucial if McLaren is to seriously challenge for the driver's title. Oscar Piastri, for his part, has demonstrated steady growth and made it clear that he doesn't want to be seen just as Norris's teammate, but as a true championship contender. His ability to adapt to the MCL39's new characteristics and his consistency in the race could make the difference in such a close fight. Rivals also play a crucial role in this equation. Red Bull has dominated Formula One in recent years thanks to its capacity for innovation and development, and while some reports indicate they may have lost some ground, it would be a mistake to dismiss them as favorites. Ferrari, with the arrival of Lewis Hamilton and the talent of Charles Leclerc, has one of the strongest lineups on the grid and has worked on significant aerodynamic improvements. Mercedes, despite a difficult 2024, remains a team with sufficient resources and expertise to recover quickly. One of the most likely scenarios is that the first races of the season will set a trend, but the constant evolution of the cars will determine the outcome of the championship. If Mini DRS and McLaren's new front suspension manage to offer significant advantages, Red Bull and Ferrari may pressure the FIA to review the legality of these innovations. It wouldn't be the first time that a team introduces a revolutionary idea that, after dominating the first few races, is regulated or even banned due to competitive balance issues. Throughout the history of Formula One, major technical revolutions have been key to changing the grid's dominance. From ground effect aerodynamics in the 1970s to the hybrid era in which Mercedes was unbeatable for almost a decade, the teams that have been able to best interpret the regulations and make bold decisions have been the ones that have managed to make a real difference. McLaren seems to have opted for this path with its extreme design philosophy, but now they must demonstrate that they can sustain this advantage throughout the season. The start of the championship in Australia will be the first major test for McLaren. The Albert Park circuit is a track that combines high-speed corners with intense braking zones, making it an ideal place to evaluate whether the MCL39's new aerodynamic concept works under race conditions. A strong result in Melbourne could cement their position as serious contenders, but if reliability or performance issues arise, their rivals will be quick to exploit any weaknesses. Beyond the numbers and technical analysis, the real question is whether McLaren can establish itself as the team that breaks Red Bull's hegemony and returns the Woking-based team to the pinnacle of motorsport. The opportunity is there, but the road to making it a reality will be long and fraught with challenges. The unfolding of the season will tell us whether this new version of McLaren is capable of building a lasting legacy or whether its rivals will find a way to strike back before they can gain a foothold in the fight for the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships.